everyone! I'm back. Hopefully I'm back a little bit more regularly than I have been. I became a virtual school psychologist, so I've been busy just getting my foot in the door and learning what this new role is. And honestly, I have been loving it. So I wanted to come on here and show you my day today because I feel like today has been an exceptionally well-rounded day as a school psychologist. And what I mean by that is I've experienced a lot of different aspects of my job in one day today, whereas normally my day wouldn't be quite as hectic. I mean, it wasn't even a hectic day, but it just shows that you can do so many things as a virtual school psychologist as well. I'm getting used to being on camera again and it's a little bit weird. So this is my home office. Oh my gosh, I'll have to do a video about virtual school psychology on its own, hopefully, and also do a little bit of an office tour. I love being in my office. I love being home. I miss working with kids in person, but also when I see kids online, it feels exactly the same. Let's start with this morning. I woke up. I am working for a West Coast school district, and I am currently on Eastern Standard Time. So my whole day looks like 10 o'clock in the morning to 6 p.m. or 10:30 to 6:30. I get to wake up on my more natural circadian rhythm. I am such a night owl, so I've been loving that. So I woke up at like 9:30 and rolled out of bed and let the dogs out, and I grabbed my laptop from my office and I went straight back into bed and started looking at my emails. And I had a few things I was looking at specifically regarding scheduling a student for testing today. And I had to let my testing proctor, my assistant, know about one of these kiddos. So that's why I grabbed my laptop. As I'm like emailing and scheduling, I see an email that said there was a threat from a student to a teacher. I'm like reading this email, learning a little bit about it. It's actually a student I've already discussed in our MTSS, RTI, we call it SST. We already talked about this kiddo in our SST meeting last week, so I was familiar with the kid already. Then I saw, oh my gosh, I have an emergency meeting for this student in like 2 minutes. I didn't even realize it. So thank goodness I woke up and grabbed my laptop. So I had to run and feed the dogs and let them out and get my coffee and come sit down and get ready for this meeting about the threat. And just a meeting to hear from the teacher how she's feeling and to kind of consult the team and lead the team in the right direction of a threat response. And I realized there were some holes in what information we needed to gather. And then my next steps were to call the parent and interview the parent, and then to interview the child. I did that for about an hour and got some information about the situation. And then I had to set up a meeting to follow up with the rest of the team at the end of the day. So that was over and I was kind of hungry, so I went and made some breakfast. And what did I have? I had some oatmeal and I wasn't liking it, so I made something else. What did I do between that? Then a special education teacher called me to discuss a student I was testing today, and we chatted for a little bit and we set up a meeting for the end of the day so we can talk about our caseload and get on the same page. Also share with her some of the evaluation data I found for 2 of our other kiddos. Then I prepared for testing. So I had a student scheduled who I have never met before, and he's having a full evaluation for specific learning disability as well as some social emotional concerns. And so basically my goal for meeting with this kiddo was to do an interview, get to know him, get him feeling comfortable, and explain why we're doing this. Because he was in secondary school, I explained a little more about the process. With the little ones, it depends on, how you're feeling to suss out explaining it. But typically you say, we're going to do a lot of activities together. Some may be hard, some may be easy, just try your best. And you kind of just explain, I am going to be working with you to learn how your brain works. And that's what I always say to a kid. I always say, this is going to help us help you learn best and help us understand what you need from us to learn. Okay, blah, blah, blah. With older kiddos, I want to really include them in the process and explain to them, especially if they're a reevaluation for special education, I really want to tell them, hey, you know how you go see Miss blah, blah, blah for math, or you know how you see Mr. da, da, da for speech. Well, that's why I'm working with you to see if there's any other areas we need to look into so I can learn how you're best learning and to see if we need to update your supports at all. So that session went awesome. I love meeting with the kids. We started a WISC, which is a cognitive. My allergies are so bad all the time. It's so frustrating. I mean, I don't like to sustain attention for that long, so I do like hour-long sessions. And if the kid wants to, sometimes we can overlap and go into an hour and a half. But I do not like to do sessions sitting in one room for hours on end. That's not good for anybody. After I met with the kiddo, my assistant and I stayed on the computer and we planned out our schedule for next week and for testing another kid tomorrow. So I'm assigned to 2 schools right now. My assistant is scheduled at different schools with different school psychologists each day. So I only have 2 days a week I can work at each school. So tomorrow I'll be testing 2 kiddos. We sent some emails to the teachers to tell them that we are planning on testing and to see if that was okay with them. And now I am getting prepared to jump onto that meeting about the threat to create a safety plan. After that, I'll have a little bit of a break, and then my final meeting will be with that case manager from earlier, and we will discuss our cases. So that's my day. Thanks for watching. I'll probably just end this here. It's super quick, but I definitely am excited to hopefully get posting more regularly. And leave your questions about virtual school psychology below. I'm new to it, but I'm learning a lot and I'd love to share with you. I know I also have a part 2 I need to make for things you need to know if you want to be a school psychologist. So leave your questions below. Thanks guys, I hope you have a great week. Bye.